One. Hello, guys. Dean is joining us today to give us little coaching feedback. So, hello, Dean. How are you doing?
Good, Morris. Thank you. How are you?
Very good. Thank you. Could you please tell more about you, who you are, and what do you do?
I'm Dean. I'm one of Morris' trainee, and for my living, I'm a doctor. I work for emergency medicine. And I like working out, weight training.
But yeah, the fit doctor. Okay. So,
Right.
yeah, could you please tell us where were you before we started? How you felt physically and mentally? What was the struggles and what was your concerns?
Before we started, I was training for almost 10 plus years, and I was much heavier. My only aim was to lift as much as I can, as heavier as I can. There was no, I didn't focus on diet, or I didn't focus on even the techniques and the other elements of fitness. I was just focusing on pushing weights. And then that's when I met you 5 years before.
Yeah. And what exactly? So how long you would say you were stuck with your training?
So when I started in 2000 and roughly about 2003, 4-ish, and then there was a good improvement from 2004 to 2008. Obviously, the first 5 years you see a lot of change. You see your body changing, your power. It's on an uptrend, and then after 2009, I think I hit the plateau, and I couldn't do anything different. And basically, I was lifting the same weights. Sometimes I was getting bored, and I think I started putting on fat because I'm just no cardio, just doing the same weights 2-3 times a week, sometimes less than that, and there was no goal.
Mm-hmm. Just going to gym and training, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So, what benefits you gain from coaching process with me?
Well, good question. I never thought in my life I would use a personal trainer to start with. As I said, I was training myself. I had a good training partner, and then we trained together. Then I was training alone for 5 years, and then before I met you, I never thought I would use a personal trainer on a long run, especially. But on contrary, it's been really useful. So the good things from me using personal trainers, of course, I started paying attention to other elements, which is the most important thing is the diet, and the consistent, the techniques, not to injure yourself, but just lifting without any proper technique, and overall, I've been more consistent with my training because I had that extra push. Whenever I was feeling low, mentally and physically, there was always a push from what happened this week. Have you done your 3 sessions, and have you done your cardio? What was your food like? That's that made me put a diary and follow and be strict with my training.
And what do we say would be the biggest difference you made in your diet?
Oh, a lot. I never focused on what I ate. I used to eat. I had this thing in my mind like, oh yeah, come on, eat anything you want, you can burn it off. But that's not true. You need to watch what you eat. And always, my food used to be basically potatoes and meat, or rice and meat, and even now it's almost same, but I watch the quantity I eat, and there's other things, the vegetables, other nutrition, vitamins and minerals, and concentrated other things, just not meat all the time.
And you are more about quantity you eat, right?
Yeah. Now now it's about the quality. Before it used to be the quantity.
Quantity, yeah. Okay, good. So what changes you have noticed in your appearance? Strength, and the way how you feel your well-being, energy in the last few months and years since we're training together?
Well, there's lots of change. I've cut down from 92 when I started with you. At the moment, I'm somewhere about 82, but I'm in the middle of bulking phase again. My lowest weight was 76 a few months back. I never thought I'm not a guy who wants to be in 70s. I liked my 90 plus, like a heavy weight. But I think it's important to be to find the optimal point where you don't want to be just heavy. You want to be fit. Now I feel I'm leaner and I feel healthy. And before starting, my low density lipoprotein and the cholesterol levels are pretty high, and those have gone down now significantly. So,
great.
So I'm healthy.
Not only looks, but health improve as well. Blood.
Yeah, and more energy levels. To be honest, before I used to sleep. I could sleep anytime because I'm a shift worker. Even now I can sleep anytime I want. But before you used to feel low and tired and sleepy all the time. But now I don't feel like sleeping during the daytime unless I do a night shift. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm awake and I want to do some work all the time. Yeah.
Great. So overall well-being is getting better as well. Good. So what your friends, people around you, your family say about your appearance?
Well, yeah. As I said, there's always a small group of people who say, "Oh, you lost weight, you lost your power." Yeah, that small group is always there. But other than that, majority of my friends and family say I look much healthier, fitter, and I don't know if I look younger, but I think I'm getting gray hairs. But other than that, yeah.
You look a little bit longer, yeah. Less body fat levels always make look a little bit younger.
I think so. Yeah, we always hope to look. We're never satisfied with our own body, right? That's why, especially if you train, you never get. You're not like, oh, I'm perfect. There's nothing called perfect. Yeah. So there's always place to improve, but definitely there's a lot of difference from where I started.
Yeah, great. So what you would say, what is the main things you have learned along the way since we're coaching?
Okay, so the most important thing is it's just not training, lifting weights. You need to concentrate on other elements, the diet, the recovery, the consistency, how often you train, and the change in your variation. Sorry, I'm putting it right. Variance. Just not the same exercise all the time. You need to hit your body with different challenge, and yeah, that's what I've learned from having a trainer.
Addressing other aspects related with your health and training as well. So work from different angles.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just not weight training. It's more like, as I say, it's more other elements: diet, rest, frequency, overall well-being. It's just not like it's not like Morris is a weight trainer. He's more of a well-being trainer.
Mm-hmm. Lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle trainer, or well-being, whatever you call it.
Everything. So Dhin, one more last question. So what would you recommend to someone who is in the same position as you were before you started coaching with me?
Yeah, so if you're like me and you think, oh, there is no good reason why we should start with a personal trainer, think again. There is a lot of benefits. It's always hard to keep up with your training, especially after the first few years, or even after 5 years of regular training. Then there are phases where you start getting deviated from that. There are other multiple factors like family, job, have a full-time job, then it's really hard to keep up with your training. So that's when personal training really is helpful, because especially a trainer like you, being chasing the trainees, like what exactly is going on, how often do you work out, how is your food, and even other it's like someone to stand behind you and support you from in your fitness and well-being point of view. It's very important to have someone like that, and I strongly recommend to have a personal trainer, especially someone like Maris.
So someone who keeps you on the track and doesn't let you slip when your lives get busy and other things start to take slowly over.
Oh yeah, exactly. Especially as you cross the 30-year-old milestone, things get a bit tricky. You're not in your early 20s where exercise is the only most important thing in your life, other than your extracurricular things. But once you go into 30s, then there are other factors, other things in your life where you have to concentrate. Then training becomes a bit challenging. Then you need that extra push, extra support from someone. And if you're alone, and the personal trainer is the right way to go forward.
Okay, Dhin, thank you very much. It's very good insight from your side how coaching looks like. Thank you. Okay, Dhin, thanks for joining today, and I will speak with you very soon.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Have a good day.